Boulton is Australia's most respected exit strategy advisor and CEO of the Exit Strategy Group. Welcome to this week's segment.
Let's have a look at another one of the Ds, the dastardly Ds, as I like to call them. And I don't really want it to be a negative in this regard, but again, this is around your contingency planning. One of the areas that I've found in working with a number of businesses is that particularly small business owners haven't taken the time to consider a buy-sell plan or write up or have a buy and sell shareholders agreement at the beginning. Obviously, if you're a single shareholder, then that wouldn't apply to you. But in terms of thinking about your contingency planning, if you are the single owner of the business, have you put in place things like insurance policies that are key man insurance policies, which would be available to your spouse, for instance, in the event of something happening to you? And I'd like to just relate to you a story, which is a personal one, which with my husband and I in our real estate business, when we were involved in the business that we actually sold, we did have a buy-sell agreement in place amongst all the shareholders. So if something happened, for instance, they were ill, they got ill for some reason, or cancer. In the case of my husband, he actually got bowel cancer. But if in fact somebody fell ill and wasn't able to work for a while, we did have insurance policies in place, and we had an agreement in place that would mean the spouses of the particular shareholders would not be able to work in that business, because the last thing that people, frankly, the last thing they wanted was to have a spouse coming into the business to work in that business to take the place of the existing shareholder. So to have insurance policies in place that gave the business enough money to be able to buy the spouses out of that particular shareholding was really crucial. And as I mentioned, my husband unfortunately got bowel cancer. I have to say he's totally free and clear now, which is great. 6 years later, so we're past that, which is, as I said, is terrific. But he was out of the business for a good year. Now, in this particular case, as it turned out, we'd actually sold the business, and he had stayed on just to work there for a couple of years. So he did resign and leave the business at that point. From a personal perspective, and this is personal contingency planning, we had in place our income protection insurance, and we had in place our trauma casualty insurance. So both of those policies paid out. And the only people who came through the door in those 12 months, other than our fabulous insurance broker with the checks, was the only other people came in with bills. So, thinking about, even though we don't want to face these things at times and they're not really top of our mind, it's really important to think about the contingencies that you have to have in place for your business. And insurance is one thing, and covering, health in particular of key people in your organisation is absolutely paramount. The other area to look at as well, in fact, is your disaster planning. What happens if there's a fire, as an example? Have a look at your policies that you've got in place again to make sure that you are covered properly. Small business owners, in particular, don't review policies like this regularly enough. Talk to your insurance broker. Make sure that your cover is what you need and that it is up to date and that you are properly insured for the way your business is today, because often those policies have been taken out many years ago and they have not been updated. Your business has changed, your business has grown, you may have taken on other aspects of business life. But you really do need to make sure that you've got all those up to date and they are valid and current for the way your business is operating today.
If you don't have a copy of Kerry's new book, The Uncensored Truth About Exit Strategies, please visit freeexitstrategybook.com.au.